If you can count to 5, you can grill a ribeye. Salt your meat for 5 hours. In the fridge, 5 hours. Salted on both sides, of course. After 5 hours in the fridge, salted, set it out to get room temperature for 50 minutes. Heat your grill to 500. Steak on for 5 minutes. Turn it over for 5 minutes. That's 5 minutes at 500 on one side and 5 minutes on the other side. Let it rest, you guessed it, for 5 minutes. And guess what? This video took 50 seconds. Fried pork chops. Lazy man way. Salt and pepper. Then sprinkle on some flour. Man, you gotta be careful with flour. I don't know what it is. This stuff will explode all over your face and your clothes and scare the dog. Flour's like my dad said about wild turkey. You gotta respect it or it won't respect you. Set it in the refrigerator for an hour or so. Just kind of let all those ingredients settle in for the journey ahead. Just about a cap. Yeah, maybe a cap and a half. We want just a very thin coat of oil and get it hot. That was 2 minutes, so we turn them over. There's the finished product on our fried pork chop, oven baked potato slices, and greens. Ribs for beginners. Paw through the counter at the grocery store and get these packaged ribs like this. And look at the big end, the large end, and see how much meat it looks like there is. Don't worry about whether it's St. Louis, baby back, spare ribs. Just look for lots of meat. If they're frozen, count on 2 days to thaw them in the fridge. See, once you cut the big end off, you can just pull it right out. Big deep pan, good to work with. If you don't have one, just cut the ribs in half. Amateur tip, which is a pro tip amateurs can ignore. You don't have to peel off this membrane. This silvery skin here, the pros want you to do that. I have tried it both ways. It's really hard to do, and I don't see where it makes a difference. Don't spend big money on rib seasoning. Anything with paprika or some fire like cayenne pepper will do. And on both sides, whatever you use. And then your work is pretty much done. The ribs and the grill are going to do the rest, and you can head back to the couch. Set them out for an hour or two, room temperature. Not for any particular reason, just because lazy man needs a rest. Now about the barbecue sauce. Don't go spend a fortune on that either. This stuff here, this Ray's, is always good. With sugar, without sugar. I got this bottle for $2.50. Speaking of price, I got these ribs on sale, $2.99 a pound. For $8.37, this slab will feed 3 adult humans. Another amateur secret, you can do these in the oven. Just cover them real tight, and I do mean tight. Set your oven to 275 degrees for 2 hours. If you're blessed with ownership of a grill and know how to use it, then get that to 250 to 275 degrees, also for 2 hours. For both baked ribs and grilled ribs, move your rack in the oven up to the top and broil them for a few minutes. Keep a close watch. Don't broil them more than 5 minutes. Once that rack is bubbling and sizzling, put on your sauce and watch it caramelize. Just like lazy man, meat likes to rest after the hard work, so let them cool down for about 15 minutes so it'll be easier to carve. 2 carving secrets. Flip them over so you can see the bone. Look at the bottom. Cut them there. And don't cut them down the middle between the bones. Cut them alongside each bone, and then you'll get more meat for each piece. And that's your Lazy Man Beginner's Guide to Ribs. The unsung hero of the meat aisle, cube steak. I got these for $4.99 a pound. Got 4 packages and froze 3. touch of oil in a hot skillet, and we do mean hot. Sizzling hot. For 1 minute. Turn it off. Mix up a cup of water and several tablespoons of soy sauce. That'll be your salt. Pour it in the skillet, just so they barely don't cover the meat, just right up to the top. Get your oven to 350. Cover. Put it in the oven for 1 hour at 350. Scoop them out and cut it with a fork. Behold the cube steak now in its glory. Just microwave some vegetables to go with it, and maybe some rice. You got a healthy, cheap, tasty meal. Bacon lovers, get ready for a game changer. Some of you might have already seen this thing, but it is fantastic. First, set your slab across one end like this, and then peel off the pieces one by one. Try not to overlap them too much. Get its little cover on here. Now, it's party time. 8 minutes in the microwave. Set them out on a double layer of paper towel. I hate wasting paper towel, but this is one case I get a little extravagant. Some of you might say, lazy man, that's not cooked. Hang on, because this is just for storage. Put them in a storage bag. Keep them for later in the fridge. Then you can just warm them up 1 slice or 2 at a time in a hot skillet for maybe a minute or 2. I pour the grease from the microwave tray in my handy container for my homemade tallow, which I'll make a video about that sometime. I checked, and today that same microwave bacon cooker I showed you is under $12. Lazy man, easy bacon.